Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage.
Happy Friday to you, Christopher.
I'm so glad.
It's very quiet down here today.
Yeah, compared to yesterday, everybody here for the Bronco Dream Giveaway Award ceremony.
It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. Next Friday is going to be fun too for the Corvette Dream Giveaway Award ceremony.
I can't believe we're going to have back-to-back weeks with an award ceremony.
By the way it worked.
Yep.
So there you go.
Clayton just happens to be down here in
Florida. And Mad will be here, found that out today, so that'll be nice to see them in the garage. And Honor Flight will be here. Ken Ferguson from New Beginning Children's Homes will be here, so we'll have 3 charity representatives here next Friday at noon. Hope
3 charity representatives, right? 2 cars, 1 winner.
There you go. And a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, 3, 2, 1, right?
There you go. So let's take the letter P. And then we add the letter O. And what brand first comes to mind? Pontiac or Porsche?
Oh, look at that. There's kind of 2 of them right here.
Right next to each other. Yeah. I'm going to say, if you're a American classic fan, of course, Pontiac. If you're a sports car fan, then of course, Porsche. What's interesting is that even back in the day, John DeLorean was really in tune with what the European vehicles were doing and trying to bring some of that sports car attitude over to General Motors. Had a tough time because, as you can imagine, General Motors was kind of set in their ways. And so no matter how hard he tried, he really couldn't get the Pontiacs to compete with the exotics like a Porsche and with a Jaguar E-Type. And that was really his goal. And that's a shame because think of what would have happened if he was able to integrate some of that great European influence into the American cars at that time. These days, an exotic is an exotic, but you can buy a Porsche now just as easily as you can buy a Chevrolet. Much easier than you can buy a new Pontiac, of course, because they haven't made them since '09. But the reason that we're talking about brands with the letter P is that the Pontiac here, the Firebird, that ends in 5 days or 6 days?
On the 18th.
18th?
Yep.
Ends on the 18th?
19th, I think. I can't remember.
Okay, so it ends next week.
Yeah,
we know that. So you guys need to get your entries to win. Super cool car, built in May of 1968. And this one, special ordered car, you can tell by the way the options were kind of put together. 350 HO, a 4-speed, hood tack, electric clock on the transmission hump. Neat stuff. And
paperwork there.
We haven't done this joke in a while. And a white shifter knob.
A white shifter knob.
Yeah, there you go.
For those of you who wanted to know.
Yeah, nice restoration on it. And I'll tell you, was this a graduation gift? If it was ordered in May of 1968, I don't know. Something to consider. What a great graduation gift that would have been, right, PJ?
Yeah, well, anything would have been a great graduation gift if you're getting a car, that's for sure.
That's right. And over here, Porsche GT4 RS. With that, you got to show that engine again, PJ. This thing is so amazing.
I don't
the
even have to walk to the
GT4 RS
front.
4-liter Boxer 6 engine. It's the same engine that Porsche puts in the 911 GT3, and it is just it's one of the world's best sports cars. And this is our newest giveaway, the Porsche one here. Look at the brakes on this thing.
It's massive, Chris.
Look at those calipers, but look at the front ones.
Those things are big too.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Drilled rotors.
It's massive, Chris.
Yeah. Look at those things.
It covers like 20% of the wheel.
Yeah. So cool. So cool. So I had the privilege of driving this a couple of days ago. We were joking about that. PJ was behind me, and I had a blast driving it. You guys are going to get to hear me fire it up here in just a few minutes. But first, let's see who's watching us today, PJ.
Paul says, I entered, and I really hope I win it. Daryl says, hi.
Hi.
Roger says, fantastic Firebird.
It really is. It is a fantastic Firebird. And you guys know I was the editor of High Performance Pontiac magazine, and I had a heavy hand in picking that grand prize. So, I think I know my Firebirds.
And Adri says, hello, what's up, guys? So we appreciate
Hey, what's
that.
up? It's all good. We're going to go back to the Pontiac here just for a moment. We're going to take a look at that Pontiac blue engine right there, the 350 HO. That is not a Chevy 350, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Pontiac 350 high output.
And you say that because the color of the Chevy 350
well,
would
yes,
have been blue?
But the whole design of the engine, I get it. It's a V8, a Chevy is a V8, but the blueprinting of it, not the blueprint, what phrase am I looking for here? It's a different engine, is what I should say.
The style and the design?
Yeah, in fact, I wonder do we have a first-gen Chevy 350 engine around here? We've got a 327 over in the Corvette, and that's a Gen 1 small block. So if we compare the two, you'll see that they look really nothing alike, right? You want to do that real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so first take a look at the Pontiac engine, the 350 there. Then remember, a 327 and a 350 are really the same engine, just a different displacement on them. And then jump on over here. I get it, different bore, different stroke, I know. Okay, now come on over here and let's look at...
Oh, you got to pop the hood.
Yeah. Actually, is the stroke even different between a 327 and a 350, or is it just the bore that's different? Larry, I know you know that answer. Why don't you help me out on that one? Let's pop that hood. Of course, this is all ready to go to a winner. See, they look nothing alike.
Oh, correct. They do not look anything alike.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing is the dimensions of the engine. The Pontiac is kind of a larger engine. And what's interesting is Pontiac used the same size block for a 326, a 326, a 400, and a 455. However, Chevy used different size blocks for a 326 and then, let's say, a big block 396. And we've talked about the difference between small blocks and big blocks before. The other thing, way different, look at the difference in the exhaust manifolds. These are the ram horn exhaust manifolds on the Chevy 327. And see how they it looks like a ram. That's why they call it that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you get it now, PJ?
Yeah, now I get it.
Okay, now let's go back and look at the Pontiac exhaust manifolds.
You'd mentioned that there's much more room in the Firebird. Paul wants to know, would it be hard to have the AC added to the Firebird?
No, totally easy. Yeah. In fact, I wouldn't have told you to do it to the Oldsmobile that we had, but I'm totally fine with you adding vintage air to the Pontiac. You've got plenty of room to do it here. See, that the heads are entirely different and stuff. And look at the exhaust manifolds, entirely different as well. So Pontiac and Chevy use different architecture, there's a great word, to create their V8s back in the day. Of course, these days GM is a corporate engine company, so on the V8 it's all about an LS series engine regardless of what brand you use, whether it's, well, what do they have V8s left in at GM? Cadillac, right? The supercharged V series, and the Corvette, and the trucks, and the GMC trucks. But the days of opening a hood and always finding a naturally aspirated V8 seem to be behind us. But not here in the Dream Giveaway Garage, where we can open a ton of hoods, and you can find some really good V8s here. Now back to the exotic, Porsche. I think it's time to fire it up.
Chris, it is. You drove this the other day. If you had to pick between your beloved Pontiac or the Porsche,
I take the Porsche.
Really?
I take the Porsche.
Wow.
It's one of the world's best sports cars.
Okay.
It is beyond what Pontiac was able to create during its legacy years, or even, its late model years before General Motors decided it wasn't necessary for their big picture. This Porsche is a blast.
So what are we going to hear when you fire it up? Is it going to be loud? Is it going to be soft? Is it going to be quiet?
You're going to hear a ratchety mid-engine sound. Not quite as loud as the mid-engine Corvette, believe it or not. It's super exotic sounding. So let's do that.
Does the engine being in the back of the car create a different sound?
Oh, it does. It
absolutely
absolutely does.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll watch you get in here.
You know, some of the guys here say, Chris, I don't like getting in the Porsche, but for me, for my size, it's just fine. And I've got to find that key. I've got to show you guys. Porsche is kind of cool on what they do. So what's that look like?
It looks like the actual car.
Looks like the actual car. And what you do is, you see that emblem right there? So this side first, of course, you stick the emblem in the...
Which is weird because it's still left-handed.
Yeah, I know.
For all those
I don't get it. So anyway, it's an automatic, so I don't have a third pedal I got to put in there. Let's see. TJ, come on up. TJ, come on up. I've got to show you guys something here. One of the things on this Porsche is how quickly it can rev up. And we talked about this when we first got the vehicle in. 9,000 RPM redline. I'm not going to rev it to 9,000 RPM. The miles are still low on this. It's only got 457 on it. But I'd like you to see just how quickly this engine can get up. So PJ, stay right there. Still warming up, so the idle's a little high. It'll settle back down. But watch this. Hold on, let me try it again. See how quick this thing revs? Super quick. That's why they call it one of the world's best sports cars. Nice cockpit. You've got your tachometer center stage here. The speedometer takes plays second fiddle over there to that tach. You've got your gear indicators right here. You've got a digital readout here if you're focused right there on your tach and your engine speed. And pay no attention to trying to tell me that the door is open there. There, I'll do it like that. And I'll tell you what, the display here, it's simple. And it's really, really amazing how intuitive when you look here in the cockpit where everything is laid out, where things are. I mean, let's face it, you get into a lot of new vehicles these days and you're like, where in the world are the buttons? In this one, you got your pedal, you got your shifters, you got your tach in front of you, and this thing is a monster. So there we go. What do you guys think of its sound and how quickly it revs up? PJ, where are you going?
I've just got to get a whole shot of you here. You look great in that thing.
There you go.
Amazing.
And if you guys have never driven a Porsche or been in a Porsche, this is kind of their theme. This is how you open the door. You pull on that, right?
Oh, it comes out, yeah.
Yeah, and it opens up. No crazy wall right here, like the C8 Corvette. And that's nice. And you've got this beautiful design, and that's from a guy who loves muscle cars. So that's got to tell you something. This is a great prize to win. These are extremely hard to get. You cannot get them for window sticker. They're way over. Lori will tell you, tons of carbon fiber if you're into that. I'm seeing some right there on the mirror. What a great car.
And this is actually lit up. People don't realize that this is not just a yellow sticker.
No,
it's really lit up.
Yeah, that's illuminated carbon fiber.
Of course.
Illuminated.
More carbon fiber.
And more carbon fiber here. Carbon fiber back here on the wing, of course. Talk about downforce, talk about handling. This is a car that you'll see at Sebring or Watkins Glen or in Germany at that big track I can't pronounce very well.
JP says, I would look like Tom Selleck in that monster. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. Well, what a cool car, though. I'm so glad that it's here in the Dream Giveaway garage.
But Beachrom says, I still want the Firebird. I wrecked a 67 convertible back in 1978. I was 19. I promise to take better care of this.
There you go. Well, good luck to you. Remember, there's so many cars and trucks for you guys to fall in love with at dreamgiveaway.com. And spread that donation across a couple different prizes, right? You never know which one that you could be the lucky winner of.
Paul wants to know, are we going to show the red Mustang that ends in February? And we will. We'll get to that.
We will. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Let's get through Firebird first and get all those entries in. We'll be talking about Firebird more on Monday and Tuesday, and we will fire it up on the last day of the giveaway. So I hope you enjoyed this. PJ, we need to ask people to start sending us fan videos.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll put up the screen shot right here of the phone number. You can send your Fire It Up videos if you've got anything out there you want us to show the world. We'd love to have that part of it.
That's right. And we will
because we're excited about that.
I'm very excited. You guys have a great weekend. And we will see you on Monday with more great fun. Let me try that again, PJ. There goes my voice. More great fun, more great action, more great grand prizes. It only happens here live in our favorite place on earth.